Liqala ke ihora lokugcina ngimbukeli lapha ekhaya Jikelele. Ekhaya lakho eligcwele imfudumalo. Uyazi mbukeli ngiyacabanga nje ukuthi hey yabona nje njengoba kuzoba iValentine hey abantu bayathandana kumnandi. Hey abazi ukuthi unzima kanjani umjolo. Uyabona mbukeli umjolo wehlulwa ngisho umlungu Adele. Wabathe hello it's me. Oh umfana vela wavala ifone waphuma kuye bese yini ke thina bothina Nkosi yami lo mjolo umuhlo lo Adele.
Yo Rihanna no Rihanna wathi mayahi mayaho mayahu sikwe mayaho ngoku in that era siphila yona mntazi ekhaya sizawuthini sawuthula mbukela igama la ngunoxolo umamtshalo kwamwala umantshinga ngacoshi ihlaba ngalelihlophe qwa intokazi yale ondini ngasesishamthetho sesifundazwe esidala sibonga uNkulunkulu ukuthi uhlanganyele kanye nathi kuleli hora kanjalo nje namahora lawa adlulile kusukela ekseni ngehora lesithupha kuze ke kube manje ake sibheke ihamba phambili njani ningabulisanga mina hayibo mbukeli singena kuyire yethu yesithathu yabona ndenzela ngokwezinto ezenziwa emjolweni
umayahi
asundi mayihayiziza mbukeli singena kwinqubelo inkqubo yokugqibela yenqqubo kumanqaku ke esiza ukuthi sikuphathele wona ngaquka elithi unobhala ke Jikelele weNC ufikile embalula uthyola ngelithi kukho ke unyawo lwemfene kule nkqubo kacimicimi wombane ndimlo ke umadlongothi umaziphuma umshukuma umazondwa ngezakhe mayahi masijonge siphala phambili namhlanje.
What is the amount of load shedding in February of 2023 compared to February of 2024? It's coming down.
Ungqongqoshe wezogesi udokotela uKhosi Ensuramokupa uthi lizokunqala umlando uhlela lokucishe ngogesi kulelizwe. Ungqongqoshe wezogesi udokotela uKhosi Ensuramokupa wethembise ngokuthi ukucishwa ngogesi ngokwegaba eziphezulu kuzoba into yesikhashana nezoxazululwa maduzane. Kulempela sonto iEskom iqalise uhlelo lwesigaba sesithupha sokucisha ngogesi kulandela ukufa kwezinjini ezishagalolunye eziteshini ezahlukene. Ungqongqoshe ke uRamokupa uthi ukucishwa ngogesi kuzokwehliselwa ezigabeni eziphansi maphakathi neviki.
Ngempela sonto iEskom ifake esigabeni esiphezulu sesithupha uhlelo lokucisha ngogesi obengalindelekile. Nokho njengamanje sekwehliselwe esigabeni sesihlanu nokulindeleke ukuthi icishe ngolesithathu ukucisha ngogesi kuzokwehliselwa esigabeni sesine. Phakathi kokunye okuhlonzwe njengomthelelo ukuthi kusetshenziswe isigaba sesithupha sokucishwa ngogesi bekumsebenzi ukulungisa kwezinjini ezahlukene zeziphehli zeziteshi zakwaEskom.
There has to be heightened levels of planned maintenance. We have received fiscal support. We do things right. Don't cut the corners. Make sure that whatever you do, you place the safety of employees first. We return them at the time we said we'll return them. When we return them, they are healthier, they perform better, the efficiency levels are higher. That's how we're going to resolve load shedding. And then accept that there's a risk associated with the strategy we're pursuing. And those risks materialized. They materialized Thursday, Friday, Saturday. These units went out.
Izikhulu zangaphakathi kwaEskom zithi akulona iqiniso ukuthi kunesandla semfene kanye nomxhantelo wobugebengu okuholele ekutheni kuqaliswe uhlelo lwesigaba sesithupha lokucisha ngogesi.
The security cluster is within the stations. We are doing investigations within our call space everywhere. So these are ongoing things to look for intelligence. But currently on what has happened that led to this, you've seen that the biggest change is what I've just explained now with Mitupi. And then also what has happened with the number of chupliks then that happened between Thursday and Friday as well. So there is ongoing investigations and security scans that we are undertaking.
Ngakolunye uhlangothi uhulumeni uzophosela inselelo isinqumo senkantolo esiphoqa ukuthi izikhungo ezifana nezikole, isibhedlela kanye neziteshi zamaphoyisa zingacishelwa ugesi noma kuqhubeka i-load shedding.
Imibutho yezopolitiko iqalile ukunikezela ngezithembiso zonyulo nanjengoko umongameli uCyril Ramaphosa kulindeleke ukuba ubhengeze umhla wonyulo kungekudala. Umbutho iEFF uthetha xa uxwebhu lwayo lwezithembiso zolonyulo phakathi kwezinye izinto uthembise ngelithi xa ethe wathatha intambo njengorhulumente uza kuphinda kabini imali yesibonelo sabantu abadala.
phakathi kwezethembiso eziqukethwe umqulu we-EFF ezethulwe uJulius Malema eMoses Mabhida izolo ukwenyuswa kwemali yempesheni yezaguga isibonelelo sesondlo sabantwana abathi sizoba inkulungwane yamarandi namakhulu 200 nokuqeda nya inkinga yokucisha konga kugesi ezweni kanye nokwakha amathuba emisebenzi angaphezulu kwezigidi ezisishiyagalolunye.
Our emphasis on now is because our suffering is happening now. We don't have jobs now. We don't have clinics now. We are going to bed hungry now. That's why we must solve all those things now.
Njengoba amaqembu ezokwethula izithembiso zawo zokhetho ongoti bezombusazwe bathi izithembiso zomlomo azingangakwenza.
These are good on paper, but when people are given an opportunity to govern, I think that's when we really know whether the FF are they really promising or are they really committing to their manifesto.
Osekusele kuzoba kubavoti ukuthi bahambisana naliphi iqembu elizofika nezethembiso ezizwakalayo kubo uma sekufika isikhathi sokhetho.
Lawo owayengumengameli wezwe kanye ne-African National Congress uJacob Zuma utshele inkumbi zabalandeli beqembu iMK ukuthi iqembu lizomangaza abaningi lolu khetho lizayo. uZuma uphinde wexwayisa lawo malungu eqembu asuka kwi-ANC ukuthi angezi ngomqondo wokweba kanye nenkohlakalo ngoba bazoyikhotha ke imbenge yomile. iSABC ibijubeke intatheli yayo uCalvin okwadludla obesenkundleni yezemidlalo iAlexandra ngempela sonto.
Lo wabengumengameli wezwe kanye neqembu elibusayo uqale ngokutshela inkumbi zabantu ngokuboshwa kwakhe okwenzeka ngoNtulikazi wangonyaka u2021. uZuma uthi ukuboshwa kwakhe kwakubuhlungu kakhulu ngoba wagcine yodonsa isigwebo ejele necala engalenzanga.
Sengehlele isigigaba engakaze ngizwe sehlela umunye umuntu. Ngathathwa emzini kababa ngahanjiswa ejele ngayoboshwa ngingazange ngivele nangaphambi kwejaji.
uZuma ubese qonda ngqo ephuzwini nasentweni ebizelwe yilezi inkumbi zabantu watshela abantu ukuthi abahambe bayovotela iMK party ngoba leli qembu yilona kusasa leNingizimu Afrika.
Wonke umuntu omnyama kajoyina umkhonto wesizwe nonenye iphatha kajoyine la. Ngoba umkhonto wesizwe uyinamhlanje uyikusasa naphakade la eAfrika. Ngethemba ukuthi siyavumelana.
Lo wabengumengameli wezwe uJacob Zuma uthi leli qembu lizomangaza abantu abaningi bayanxusa ukuthi banikezwe ithuba lokuthi balawule iNingizimu Afrika.
Izophoqa ngenkani ingane yofunda. Ingane zabafana uma ziqeda umatric angifuni nithuke mase sisholene. Mase qeda umatric zonke ziya emasosheni zotraina njengamasosha.
uZuma akazange ayeki ANC ukhwele wazehlela kuyona nangendlela umengameli wayo uCyril Ramaphosa abusa ngayo. NgiuCalvin wakwadludla eindabeni zeSABC ngibika ngisegoli.
Unobhala Jikelele we-ANC ufikile Mbalula uthi inkqubo yokucinywa kombane inesandla senkawo kwaye kufuneka kuqiniswe ukhuseleko kumaziko okuvelisa umbane. uMbalula bethetha nabalandeli bombutho we-ANC kwaXimba ngaseCatterick eThekwini.
Le ndawo yakwaXimba ingaphansi komkhandlu dolobha weTheku isemakhaya isasilele emuva ngentuthuko yaziwa njengezinda se-ANC njengoba kepha-ke ungenisa kwe-MK lapha esekelwe yilowo bengumengameli ngaphambilini uJacob Zuma. Le ndawo ibonakala ithandwa kakhulu ngabezombusazwe. uMbalula uthi le nhlangano sebeyifake enkantolo ngenxa yaleli gama.
Ngoba uyasimosha simbonisa indlela. Simosha ume ngapha awunawuthi ume ngapha nakwelicala uthi ndi ANC macala. Usebenzisane nabantu abangafuni ANC.
Njengoba inkampani kahulumeni ehlinzeka ngogesi Eskom ifakela kuleli esigabeni sesihlanu sohlelo lokucima komga ugesi Umbalula uthi sebesole isandla semfene kulokhu manje.
State of the nation umongameli xakathi kuvele igwabo evule load shedding ungazange wayibona kuthiwa stage 6 into efana naleyo so into efuneka iqwalaselo leyo ijongwe ukuthi le sabotage yenzeka nokuthi yenzeka kanjani.
Umbalula unxuse indlunkulu kaZulu ukuba iqinisekise ukuthi yeqhilanisa nezombusazwe.
Sivela kude nalento yobukhosi safika apho ubukhosi buthathiwe butshontshwe inkatha ithathe ubukhosi sabubuyisa singukhongolosi.
Khona manjalo kudutshulwe umlisa Mumbe obethamele lo mbuthano we-ANC eindabeni ze-SABC. Nginguvusi Khumalo kwaXimba eThekwini.
Kuleli sonto izisulu ezayihlala esakhiweni usindiso esangqungqiswa umlilo nyakenye zilandise ikhomishana ngokwenzeka ngesikhathi kuthungeleka umlilo owadla nomphefumulo wabantu abangama76.
Isigameko somlilo esathungela isakhiwo usindiswa enkabeni yeGoli sashiya iningi labantu lishaqekile. Kwashona abantu abangama76 kwathi abanye basala bengenawo amakhaya. Abasinda ngokulambisa abazama izindlela ezabaholela ekutheni bagcine bekwazile ukuphuma yize kwakunzima.
From 4th floor ujump khona. Jump nomntana lona 2 years and then mina ngizolandela this other one on 14 years.
Omunye ufakazi ulandiseka banzi ngesimo sokusha babhekana naso ngesikhathi bezama ukuphuma. Kusenjalo uthi yena wangeniswa esibhedlela kanti umyeni wakhe kanye nengane wabesezwa kamuva ukuthi baphangalele esigamekweni.
When we brought the body of uthi ngesikhathi silethe isidumbu sika mama satshelwa ukuthi asikho isidumbu sengane yami okuchaza ukuthi banikezela ngaso komunye umuntu esingamazi. Dead body of your child.
Noma kunjalo omunye wayehlala kulesakhiwo uthi isimo senhlalo sasingesihle naphambilini.
I will say yes, they will arrest.
Uthi amaphoyisa abenokufika ezobopha abashushumbisa izidakamizwa kepha isimo senhlalo besingesihle neze.
Other evidence that I have.
Ikhomishana izoqhubeka nokulalela ukwethulwa kubufakazi obuvele ezikhulwini zedolobha laseGoli.
Siziqonqotha ngolohlobo ingongoma bezibhala phambili kule yura ngokumbukeli khawuhamula ufince kuqikelelo lwemozulu.
Isililo sabesifazane mina ngiphica ngowesifazane ohlezi ekhala ngaphakathi ongakuthola ukuthula mina ngiphica ngowesifazane okhubazekile ngaphakathi kwenhliziyo inyembezi nobhlungu sekwaba yinsakavukela indle emnyama sewaphenduka ikhaya lezinyembezi kanti ke mina sengiyofela ukuthi ngowesifazane ongakwazi ukuzimela sengiyofela ukuthi amandla alingana newendoda mina anginawo cha mina nobhlungu sesaba ngamathe nolimi ngithandazile ukuthandaza kodwa yami imikhuleko ayikaphendulwana namhlanje nomthetho sowangilahlela ingalo akasekho ufuna ukungizwa inhliziyo yami ikhubekile kodwa umoya wami mhla uphuma ngiyokuthola ukuthula usuyoxola inhliziyo usosala mphefumulo umzimba ulale phansi mina sengizwile ubuhlungu nganele futhi angisafuni futhi ukubuzwa madoda esizwe ephakamani nasisizwe esishabalala abafazi bayadlwengula ingane ziyabulawa ngenxa yamadoda phakamani madoda nibe nizinsika nibe ngamakhandi esizwe enough is enough abothando mina othandweni ngizwile futhi neyami inhliziyo isibuzwile ubuhlungu indlela yothando mina ngihambile futhi ngidelile inkani bathi indlela ibuzwa kwabaphambili kodwa kwabaphambili ngibuzile nabo bahlulekile ngubani mina nangizokwazi ngothando cha mina endleleni yothando sengaphela amandla sengaphela nesineke onenkingi usezayidla ke mina ngisanamsebenzi eyami inhliziyo sengayibopha ngamaketanga ngisoze futhi ngayikhulula angisazi nokuthi ngiyenzeni ngoba uthando mina sengabona ukuthi igama lomuntu senganikela ngomzimba senganikela nangomoya futhi nenhliziyo seyakuthola ukuthula inhliziyo yami moya wami xola ngoba vele uthando mina sengilibona njengegama lomuntu nokuthi ngihleke sokwathatha isikhathi ngoba ngisaba ukukhubazeka ngisaba ukulimala mina othandweni ke angisakholelwa uthando bayalibiza ngothando kodwa mina ngibona inzondo nobuhlungu uthando olugqizelela futhi elungishiya nesilonda ngaphakathi kweyami inhliziyo cha mina ngiyabonga kwezothando futhi sengiphumile amaqhawe amnyama xa ndisithetha ke mna ngamaqhawe ndisithetha ngamaqhawe aseningizimu Afrika amaqhawe alwela isizwe sokhokho bethu amaqhawe
Mbukelise kwesikhathi ke sokuthi ke njengamanje ke sibheke izindaba ezingundaba mlonyeni lapha yaku x.com
Yes Mbukeli kaloku asikwazi ndoba nasiqwele siqonqotha uvimba wethu singajonganga kweziphala phambili phako X xa sijonga ke Mbukeli i-hashtag ezinikeza umdla ezibhamba phambili nguye u-stage6 elandelwa nguye kaloku u-hashtag Ronwen Williams
Ngesonto ledlule ke yambukela ungqongqoshe obhekela ugesi ehhovisi likamongameli udokotela uKhosi Ensuramuhupa uthengo lesithathu kuzoncipha ucisha ngakagesi okusesigabeni sesithupha njengamanje ngemva kokuba phela kudaleke umonakalo eziteshini zikagesi ezibalelwa kwezishagalolunye uRamuhupa uthe selokhu kwethulwe isigaba sesithupha kulempela sonto iziteshi ezimbili kagesi ezibe nomthela kulokhu ucisha konga zizolungiswa zibuyiselwe esimweni
kanti ke Mbukeli kokuqala ke kwisithuba esingangenyanga ezintathu uMzantsi Afrika wehle waya kwibakala lesithandathu lokucinywa kombane ngempelaveki kwaye ke ngokutsho komphathiswa ibingumngcipheko bathe baphefumla ke phaku x.com ngalomba uMagnus uthi can someone please wake up CR from his luxury enshrined sleep and tell him we are at stage 6 load shedding again but then again do not disturb our most magnificent leader when he is working Xinxembe sijonge the wabhala ubhale sithini
Ayifeli uthi yena somewhere in South Africa there is a young person who is complaining about stage 6 right now yet they still haven't registered to vote yet. Ayifeli yena uyasho ke uthi somewhere lapha eSouth Africa khona umuntu omusha okhononda ngokuthi siku stage 6 njengamanje kodwa abakubhaliselile ukuyovota.
Wagqibela uLebogang Mashile uthi jumping to stage 6 after sauna without any warning is brutal. No power for 10 hours a day over the weekend when people must do washing and prep for the week ahead. uLebogang Mashile uthi hayi noko singena ngqo ku stage 6 emva kwentetho ngobume besizwe isona. Ngapha koko akukho mhlambe nesilumkiso esithe saphuma uthi inkohlakalo leyo. Uthi akukho mbane iiyure ezingamashumi ngosuku. And lento yenzeka ngeweekend apho ke abantu funeke benze iwashing balungiselele iveki lesingena kuyo. Uthi hayi noko yinkohlakalo. Sizimvo zabantu ke abathi babhala pakux.com bephefumula ke ngomba ka stage 6. Chuncembe sijonge kaloku #Ronwen Williams. Manqale ndithi huntshu. Kanti ke mbukeli uRonwen Williams uphumelele iGolden Glove enikwa ke unozinti wetumente ekupheleni ke kwendebe yezizwe zaseAfrika phezolo. Ngelixa ke ibafana nayo iphumelele imbasa ye-fair play. Kanti ke yona ke iIvory Coast iphumelele itumente yeAFCON. Unto again.
Uzokhuluma mbukela ukuthi uWilliams phela ukwazile ukuthi avimba amagoli kwangangena ngisho nelilodwa emidlalweni emihlanu kuyisikhombisa kulomqhudelwano. Ezikhathini ezimbili zama-penalty ukapteni webafana uye wagqama kakhulu. Ngenkathi ke ibibhekene khona neCape Verde kuma quarter final uWilliams unbe unozinto oqala nqa kwi-Africa Cup of Nations ukuthi avimbe ama-penalty 4-5. Uphawulile ke umpholi bodi laphayana uthi he showed us under any shadow of a doubt that anything is possible. Well done Ronwen for making us hopefully once again beyond measure. Asizwe kulandela ukuthi uphefumule wathini Grootman.
Grootman yaLimpopo uthi he deserves it. Ronwen Slimkat Williams had a wonderful time in Ivory Coast. Hope he attracted European best scouts. Uyatsho into yobana hayi jonga indlela asebenze ngayo ebeyideserve kakade. Uyatsho into yobana benexesha elimyoli kakhulu kwaye ke unethemba lokuba uye watsala kaloku aba bapha kumazwe aphesheya ko-Europe into yobana bazamthi chu bamfake phakathi kumaqela aphala phambili. Chuncembe ke sijonge othe wabhala ubhale sithini.
Hayi makuthi bayamthatha kuRonwen ke uyalapho emaqembini alephesha. Sicela ukuthi basiboleke thina mangabe kudlala bafana bangasinqintsheni abenze lezi zinto abazenzayo ukuthi bangadedeli abadlali. uRonwen wethu lo uphawulile ke noSithe KZN uthi yena congratulations Ronwen, no one deserves your awards. He worked so hard and his teammates. Uthi halala Ronwen, yabona nje umsebenze ngokukhulu kuyikhandla wena kanjalo nje neteam yonke njalo siyamhalalisela ke uRonwen Williams. Uyakhumula umndeni wakhe sake sawubona lapha bephawula kugogo wakhe kuma wakhe kumalume bezisho besho ukuthi nje ngendlela abayiqhenya ngayo ngomsebenzi wakhe omuhle ayewenzile lapha yana evimba amagoli awu4 out of 5. Uphawule noAnele ke Kholosa.
Ndachazwa kulento sayitsho wena mamtshale othomnye kwa ezalwa sabona into bana hayi man esesesiswini wayekhaba enze ezibukwayo. noAnele mina enhle hlophe uthi well down to Maronza, man did us proud as South Africa. Isitsho kaloku into bana wuntu Maronza Marondana rowisto maroro hayi jonga shem ndifuna ukukuthi nqaku xa ufika pha e-airport ndikuthi yabona indlela wayithe nqaku elabhola nami ndisifuna pha congratulations sithi wuntu ke kuye uRonwen Williams sicela ke
umaroro
roristo ronza raw roll on Ronwen Williams.
Mbuka njengamanje ke siqoqa zetelo siyabuya emva komzuzwana. Kumnandi la kuse Ekhaya Jikelele. Siphinde sikamukele embukeli lapha Ekhaya Jikelele siwakhulu ukuthi ke usahlanganyele kanye nathi. Enye ke yezimbongi esinazo lapha ohlelweni lwethu uVuyiswa Muriyani kanti sithe nje ake sibe nengxoxo naye ngaphambi kokuthi ke ahambe. Vuyiswa asikubingele sikamukela Ekhaya Jikelele.
Sanibonani.
Sibonga kakhulu ngokuthi uzosivakashela namhlanje.
Nami ngiyabonga kakhulu ukuthi ninezele ithuba leli.
Liqala nini uthando lwakho lweyinkondlo nokuthi ubone ukuthi hey ngingayishaya lento?
So uthando lwami lenkondlo luqale I think I was doing grade 7. Kulapho khona aqala ukubhala inkondlo, ngabhala ama novels and then uthando lwami lakhula and then ungajona iproduction ithemba lethu and then baqala lapho ke ukuyikhulisa lento kimi bayikhulisa and then mhlawumbe ekhaya.
Oh, ithemba lethu likuphi lingasekhaya bayanifundisa kwenziwani?
Ithemba lethu which like lidila ngama-talents abantwana abayang, lidila ngo-music, poet, actress, but i-acting yasibuya ku-theatre ne-screening. So mina ngafika lapho ngizenza zonke. So into engaba interested kakhulu kuyo yi-poem.
Inkondlo. Hayi ngiyabona ngempela ukuthi cha unesiphiwo nje esimangalisayo sokuthi ukwazi ukuhaya inkondlo. Manje ngitshela nje wenza kanjani ukuthi uhlezi uhaya inkondlo ezenza abantu bajabule futhi ezimnandi?
So lento le mele uzibeke like ngathini mele yonke into uya observer awubhekeli nje ngokudlulisa, you observe yonke into nento encane, you observe uya deep le nto leyo so that inkondlo zakho zonke zizoba ne meaning and then akubantu mazifika zihlale.
Manje nje iziphi ihloko ezinye ihloko onokukhuluma ngazo einkondleni zakho? Ngiyazi ukuthi la ngeke ngakuzwa uthi hayi wena usuyaphuma othandweni. Uxoshwa yini mntana nami othandweni? Lukwenzeni?
Alungenzanga nix but like abantu abaningi mina bayagoa straight like bayagoa. So mina inkondlo zami kahle kakhulu zidila ngosizi, ukukhanya. Yeah.
So ngokubona kwakho mangabe uqeda mhlawumbe ukuhala lezi inkondlo uyubona abantu ukuthi receive kanjani inkondlo zakho, bayayithakasela mhlawumbe ngoba ngiyazi ukuthi kwesinye isikhathi njoba kade wenza nje la kwesinye isikhathi omunye umuntu angathi mayebonela lelo umuntu ohaya inkondlo ayithole naye ngathi useba ne healing mhlawumbe ngaphakathi ngezinto ezenzeka kuye naye njalo wena ezakhe inkondlo uma ubona zibathinta kanjani abantu?
Ziyabathinta futhi especially spiritual. Umuntu uzomuva athi yo inkondlo yakhe ngithintile kakhulu ndingifundisile ukuthi okay shothi 1 no 2 ngenza wrong, 1 no 3 inkondlo zami zihamba ne-meaning and also zihamba ne-teaching ukuthi okay 1 no 2 moments ungamenzi nani and zihamba nemilayelo.
Hayi cha zimnandi kakhulu ke sisi inkondlo zakho. So njengamanje ke ngizokudedela ukuthi ke uhaye ke enye ke inkondlo yakho yokugcina la ekhaya Jikelele ukuze ababukeli bezoyithakasela. Ithini igama layo?
Amaqhawe esizwe.
Amaqhawe esizwe. Hayi ke sisi, take it away.
Ndisithetha ke mna ngamaqhawe esizweni, ndithetha ngamaqhawe aseningizimu Afrika. Xa ndisithetha ke mna ngamaqhawe amela izwe lokhokho bethu, ndithetha ngamaqhawe aseningizimu Afrika. Amaqhawe afela inkululeko, amaqhawe aphilela inkululeko, amaqhawe azigqejayo ngobubona babo. Mna xa ndisithetha ngenkululeko ndizwa mina ebantwini bamaqhawe. Inkululeko ke sayithola ngamaqhawe Nelson Mandela, Hector Peterson, Helen Joseph. Amaqhawe ethu mna ndizinqa ngawo ndisishaye sami isifuba. Xa ndisithetha ngamaqhawe afele enkululekweni, afele empumelelweni, xa ndisithetha ngamaqhawe avusisizwe esobumnyama, sitsho sithi Zulu yofa yofiza insizwa kusala izibongo. Imbongikazi unokhanya ke mina ngiyindlondle enkulu, mina ngiyindlovukazi yonkondlo. Inkondlo mina ngiyihaya futhi ngihaya inkondlo yosizi. Ndimbongikazi unokhanya, imbongikazi ekhanyisela abasebumnyameni, mina ngiyimbongikazi yothando.
Nkosi ngokuhlala nathi ubusandula ungena ufika sezichwechwela ngasemnyango kodwa ke ikhona nje intwanana esikuphathele yona nokwanda Lioness Zungu ke sisithethe nombhali wencwadi okanye ke sinaye namhlanje ukuze sixelele banzi ngencwadi yakhe enomxholo othi Life After Birth. Nokwanda ke akangombhali nje kuphela kodwa ke ukwangumseki weshi umbutho ke ongenza ingeniso ozinikele exhobiseni amagqiyazana selula noqinisekisa impumelelo yawo kuzo zonke iinkalo zobomi. Nokwanda masikubulise sikomkele enkqubeni sibambe ngazibini ngokuba ube nathi namhlanje.
Ngiyaphila sisi kunjani?
Siyaphila Nkosi. Enkosi kakhulu ngokuba nathi. Ngaphambi kokuba singene nzulu kuphononongo lwencwadi ndiyafuna nje siqale sithethe ngesihloko sale ncwadi ethi Life After Birth.
All right sisi, I hope you are well. Ngiyabonga kakhulu for le thuba lelinginikele lona namuhla. So Life After Birth ilibhuku lengalibhala 2021, and the reason why it's titled Life After Birth is because I wanted to tackle issues that we go through as women or as bantu besifazane after birth. So I felt like usually as khulumi about the hardships that we go through as women after birth, we normally talk about the good of it, but then there's also the negative of it, which is usually untackled.
Kwincwadi yakho uxoxa ngeentlobo ezahlukeneyo zodata ukholelwa ukuba okuke kuchaphazela njani ukuguquguquka ngokubanzi kusapho kwaye ke unganika ingcebiso uthini komama bajongana nootata abahlukeneyo.
Okay, so ebhukwini lami ngibhale about the 3 types of fathers. Father number 1 is the father who accepts a pregnancy whether it was planned or unplanned. And then we have father number 2, the father who accepts the pregnancy but denies the responsibility. And father number 2 usually makes the mother an excuse as to why they cannot financially be there for their children. And so lastly, we have father number 3. Father number 3 is the deadbeat father. Father number 3 sometimes comes back later in life, but then sometimes they do not come back at all. Even if DNA tests are done and it has been proven that the child is his. So, Gubomage laba faceana na father number 2 or 3. The first thing that I would like to say is Guti Tikolele, forgive yourself for falling pregnant for father number 2 or 3, because it is not that you never saw. Yeah. So yeah.
Incwadi yakho igocagoca kwimizekeliso isahluko 31 iProverbs 31 ngelamangensi isicwathula ke esithetha ngomfazi onesidima amabhinqa namhlanje angazibonakalisa njani ezimpawu ezichazwe kwesisibhalo yaye kutheni okubalekile.
Okay, so in my book, I mentioned the woman of Proverbs 31. And the reason why I mentioned the woman of Proverbs 31, because the woman of Proverbs 31 was a married woman. She was a woman who had a home, she had a husband, she had children. But what we learned from her is Guti, the Bible says Guti, her husband was respected at the city gates because of her. She was a hardworking woman, she was a businesswoman, and her household was literally in her hands. So sometimes as women, even married women, sometimes find themselves living the lives of single women in marriages. And there are also single women who are not married, who are going through a lot. And I wanted to encourage those women by saying that even if the husband or the father of your children is there financially or not, you have the power to make things happen. In my book, I also mentioned, Guti, a woman is the only person who is able to breastfeed. The reason why God enabled a woman to be the only human being who is able to breastfeed is because he was trying to teach us that, yes, men were created to be providers, but in case they run away from their responsibilities, our children should not look like the results of failed marriage and relationships. We have the ability to take care of our children. So woman, what's in your hands? God has given you the anointing of God, has given you the ability to provide as a woman as well.
Hayi ungena entshumayelweni ngokwamanina yeva iPostpartum blues ke ngumba oxhaphakileyo abajongene nawo mama abaninzi abasandula ubeleka ngawaphi mhlamba amacebiso asebenzayo okanye amacebo wanika kwincwadi yakho ukunceda kaloku omama bamelane nelixesha lenzima.
Okay, to women who have just given birth, all I can say is, Guti, motherhood is not easy. It's not an easy journey, as I mentioned at the beginning of the interview. So you will go through a lot. Postpartum life is not easy, especially if you are a new mother. You know, you still have to adjust to being a new mother. You still have to adjust to not being able to sleep. You still have to, sometimes it can go to an extent where you face postpartum blues. And postpartum blues is a sickness, it's a sickness that that lasts only for a few days. But then sometimes it can happen that you may face postpartum depression, and postpartum depression is a disease or a mental illness that can last even up to 5 years. So it's important that when you feel irritable, when you feel like you are not in a good position, when you feel like you don't want your baby anymore, when you cry uncontrollably, there are many symptoms of postpartum depression. Sometimes you don't have the energy to take care of yourself. Do make sure that you seek help by talking to a close friend that you trust or a family member that you trust, so that they may be able to assist you, to take the medical route. Psychiatrists are there for that. They can help you through the journey with medication and also counseling sessions. And sometimes when you feel like when you are not coping as a mother, or when you feel like you are going through going through different emotions of not wanting your child, it does not mean that you're a bad person. You are only a human being, and you're not the only one who is going through that. There are many women who are going through it as well, but then they are not talking about it. So that's what Life After Birth is about. We want to make other mothers aware that no matter what you're going through as a mother, you are only a human being. You forgive yourself, give yourself time. It's not an easy journey. Take it easy. There's no recipe to motherhood. And that's why at the beginning of I say that this is for the mothers who make motherhood look easy. So mother, you are recognized, you are celebrated, and you are loved.
Abebiza omama besithi zinsika zamakhaya, that is the centers of the home. Ngenene na ngenyaniso umuntu olenina ubhinqile kwaye ke uyimbokodo. Ndiyafuna uqonda into bana ukhankanya ukubaleka kokuzixolela kwincwadi yakho njengokutshila into bana it's very important that you forgive yourself. Ingaba mhlambe ungacacisa ukuba kutheni lento ibaleke kangaka ingakumbi komama?
Okay, self-forgiveness when you are a mother is very important. As I mentioned, sometimes we fall pregnant for father number 2 or 3, and sometimes you can find that you fell pregnant for father number 1, but then you were not ready to be a mother. So it's very important to forgive yourself, because at times as women, we bleed on our children. And as women, God has created us to be our children's safe places. Hence, that is why when a woman is pregnant, there are walls that are protecting the child. There are walls of water, so that even if maybe you may fall or hit something, the child will not be injured. So that is the safe place are supposed to be as mothers. Good say, no matter what we went through during pregnancy or after birth, we must build that wall of water and be our children's safe place. God has given you the ability, to protect your children. So our children cannot be in danger. And some women resent their children because of their father's sins. That is why sometimes you find women beating their children. Sometimes you find a woman leaving their child at home, and sometimes this woman usually make an excuse. I'm living far away, I'm working for my children, while they know deep down in their hearts that the reason why they don't have time for their children is because they have not healed. So healing is very important, because if you have not healed as a woman, you will be bitter, you will live in resentment, you will resent the only person that you are supposed to protect. Remember that as a mother, you are created to be your child's best friend. That is why it has been proven that the first voice that a child recognizes is the voice of the mother. And hence, that is why after birth, they place the child on the chest of the mother in order for them to bond. There's also something that is called skin to skin medically that helps mother and child bond. So the bond that happens during the womb is a bond that must continue as long as you are alive, because no one can replace you as your mother, your sisters, your mother. No one can replace you. You are the only parent, or you are the only mother to your child. So step up, forgive yourself in order to give that child the love that they deserve.
That is quite profound, because the parts of yourself that are unhealed are unfortunately going to manifest in your child's life, and that's going to be another cycle, and funeka uphinde ubuyele emva ngoku uyolungisa. Le ncwadi yakho ikwachaphazela nomba wongazihoyi njengomzali xa usandula uba uba nomntana. Ucinga uba mhlambe ezo zinto zibangelwa yintoni?
It's caused by a lot of things. It is caused as I said, the fathers who are absent, it is caused by maybe the circumstance that the woman fell pregnant in. Sometimes you find little girls maybe being pregnant in school and uthole ukuthi isimo ekhaya asikho mnandi. Sometimes you find that a girl falls pregnant in church and uthole ukuthi lo mntwana loyo beka active esondweni, but all of a sudden they are pregnant, you know, and they are treated or looked at differently. So there are many things that can make a mother to resent the child, because sometimes especially young girls can feel as if the reason why they are in that situation is because of the child, and that they could have not been in that situation if they had not given birth to that child. So there are many causes to it, but the most important thing is to heal, you know, because you only have 9 months to forgive yourself. You only have 9 months to heal. And after that 9 months, it's you and that innocent baby.
Ujongene njani kuphela nokwanda njengesithethi ke esikhuthazayo sentsho kwalapha kodliwano ndlebe uthethe kwa vovotheka ngophi mhlawumbe imiyalezo ongundoqo onethemba lokuba abafundi bayawuthabatha kule ncwadi yakho?
I think readers will love my book a lot, because we don't only talk about the fathers, we don't only talk about the absent fathers, we do not only talk about being a woman that is able to provide, we don't only tackle postpartum depression, but we go as far as also mentioning body changes, you know, because as a woman after giving birth, I always say that giving birth is like giving back to birth to yourself again, because there will be change on you emotionally and physically as well. So it's very important to accept yourself the way you are. For instance, I have permanent stretch marks from the up of my belly to the lower part of my belly, you know, and I can't change that, but I need to be able to embrace myself. And I also talk about self-esteem, being in touch with yourself again. I continue to talk about having a spiritual corner where you go to talk to your maker when you feel like the journey is no longer easy. And not only that, but we also talk about being a career woman, you know, being motivated, because you know, as mothers, we do not only tackle motherhood, but then nowadays we are working women. So we need to be able to balance between being a breadwinner and being a parent as well. So, you know, there are a lot of things that I feel will be of interest to the readers. So, yeah, there are many things that they can learn about on the book that will definitely change their lives.
Wow, Nokwanda, that's why they say embrace your scars, they are who you are. Enkosi kakhulu ngokuba nathi wabelana nathi ngencwadi yakho, sikufisela okuhle kodwa kwaye ke ube nosuku lumnandi.
Thank you so much.
Right, uvukeliwe Ekhaya Jikelele lo ke ebesithetha naye nguye uNokwanda Zungu, umbhali wencwadi ethi Life After Birth, esinabisela ke ngokuqulathwe yile ncwadi. Siziqwela siziqongqotha ngolo hlobo eza namhlanje. Sibambe ngazibini mbukelo othembelekileyo nesimthandayo apha Ekhaya Jikelele ngokuba ube nathi namhlanje. Masibe khona ngomso kodwa Wednesdays yakhala.
Sithi cry.
Sithi cry sipha.
Mbukeli sibonga kakhulu ngokusihlanganyela kanye nathi la Ekhaya Jikelele. Nibe nosuku oluhle nisale kahle. Bye.